Today is injection day, and I'm going to walk you through how I use my Mounjaro injection pen step by step. I'll show you the injection site that I choose, why it works best for me, and some tips to make it easier and less stressful. If you're new to GLP-1 medications, or you're just curious to see how this process works in real life, then this video is for you. Hey everyone, how you doing? So I know I look a mess. I just got off of work and I thought about it. I'm like, okay, today is injection day. I do my injection days on Thursdays, and I didn't want to miss this opportunity to share this process with you. So this is going to sound weird to some people, but I know that any of you who are on a GLP-1 medication will probably understand when I say I look forward to this day. I get excited knowing injection day is coming up. And that is because since I have been on Mounjaro, I have felt amazing. If you watch my most recent video, I gave a little 4-month update and shared with you some of the non-scale victories that I've been having. And also, most importantly, the whole reason my doctor suggested I start Mounjaro is because I am type 2 diabetic, and this is used to treat type 2 diabetes. So my A1C is back at a pre-diabetic level. I started at, I think it was 6.7. I would have to look at my history, but my A1C was 6.7, and now it is down to 5.7, 5.8. So just so many reasons I am really a supporter of this medication. So I just want to take you through and just show you, just for anyone who maybe hasn't started yet, has been considering it, just hopefully this will make it easier for you and feel less scary, less stressful. Of course, I always have to say that I am not a doctor. I'm not a medical professional. I am just somebody who is overweight and type 2 diabetic and has felt like crap for the last 4 or 5 years. And since being on this medication, I feel like my life has changed and I'm getting my life back. So in that excitement, I want to share this whole process with you. So I know a lot of people that unfortunately their insurance won't cover any of the GLP-1 medications. They are getting going to pharmacies that have compounds, and I don't really know all too much about that because fortunately my insurance does cover Mounjaro for type 2 diabetes. Just a side note, originally my doctor prescribed Zepbound, but my insurance would not cover Zepbound for weight loss. For anyone who might not know, Zepbound and Mounjaro are both made by Eli Lilly. Both Zepbound and Mounjaro are made by Eli Lilly, same company, same exact medication. They just put two different names on basically the same medication because I think it has to do with a period of time where people that were using the medications for type 2 diabetes were struggling to be able to get it filled because there was just an influx of people getting it prescribed for weight loss. When you get it from your pharmacy, it's going to come in a box like this. And inside there will be 4 of these injection pens. Now this does need to stay refrigerated until the day you are ready to use it. The first thing I'm going to share with you is that sometimes the medication can sting. I find that it stings when I do my injection in my thigh or on the back of my arm. I don't really feel it too much in my abdomen area. But what you can do is take it out of the refrigerator half hour, an hour before you are going to take your injection. And sometimes that can help just reduce that stinging that will happen. So this is what the pen looks like, and you can see that the liquid, you can see the liquid in there. You want to always check before you use it to make sure that it hasn't somehow frozen in your refrigerator. If you're like me, my refrigerator has a mind of its own and sometimes things freeze. I keep this in the front of the refrigerator, kind of like in the where you would keep your butter, things like that, because that tends to stay the warmest section of the refrigerator. So fortunately, I have not had that issue, but you do want to take a look, make sure that there isn't anything that has broken in there, any glass moving around. This part of the pen, we are going to pop it off. This is where the needle will come out. And this part of the pen is in a it's in a locked position, and then we are going to turn it to unlock it. And then this is the button we are going to push to get the injection to come out. First time that I did this, I was really surprised with how quick the process happened from pushing the button to the injection coming out. And my honey just got home. Say hi, honey.
Hi, honey.
And so you might hear a little bit of noise back there. He usually helps me if I'm going to do my injection on the back of my arm, because it's just a little tricky to do it on your own. I'm actually going to do the injection on my thigh today. So I'm going to try to get as close as I can um, to that area. Hopefully you will hear the injection, because I want you to hear what happens when you push this button. When you push this button, it will click, and then it seems like 3 seconds later, you'll hear a second click. So one click is the needle coming out. The second click, it's done. It is so quick that I always keep it pushed up against my skin for an extra 10 seconds just to make sure everything came out okay. Another thing I want to suggest, or another tip I have for you, is before you unlock this area, the best way I have found to do this to make sure there's no accidents, because we did have a little accident. My hubby was helping me do the injection. There was a lot of commotion going on in the house, and it just distracted the whole situation. So we forgot to take off this gray part, and he like pushes the button, and I know it was the back of my arm. I'm waiting for that sting to happen, and I'm like, oh wow, this didn't hurt at all. And then I realized, yeah, we didn't take it off. And so that's it. If you mess it up, that's it. You're done. You may be able to contact Eli Lilly and get a replacement, but I didn't even bother trying because it was my error. Luckily, I have enough of the medication on hand. I get my refill in usually when I have 2 weeks left in the box that I have at home. So fortunately, I'm consistently just in stock with them, but it still was a little bit painful to know that one of my precious pens was wasted. So that is my next tip. Along with that is, don't do it when there's a lot of commotion. If you have a lot of kids in the house, a lot of activity, go to the bathroom, go somewhere quiet, just to make sure that that doesn't happen to you. So let me figure out how I'm going to place the camera so I can get this going. So the last thing I'm going to talk about is inside the box with the prescription. There will be some instructions for you, and there will be a picture that shows the areas that they are saying are okay to take the injection. So originally I was doing my abdomen. As you can see there, you kind of stay 2 inches away from your belly button because there tends to be muscle in that area close to your belly button. Um, and then you want to kind of go around in some kind of circle pattern just to keep changing your injection site every week. And so I did that for 6 weeks, and it was fine. Hardly felt any pain. Sometimes felt no pain at all. So I was doubting that it even went into my skin, but it did. And I started noticing that I was losing some of my appetite suppression. I don't know. I just felt like maybe it's not working. So now, just to backtrack a little bit, sorry, I know I'm all over the place, but this is me. This is real life. I am not. I'm not super clear with my presentations. So the first 4 weeks, I was on the lowest milligram, 2.5. That's basically your starter milligram, so your body can get used to it. And then I went up to the 5 milligram. 4 months later, I'm still on the 5 milligram. So what I started noticing a couple weeks into the 5 was that I just didn't have the appetite suppression. I I felt like I still had symptoms, but I don't know, the food noise that I was hearing was coming back. And I was doing some researching, watching other people's videos, uh, and saw people talk about how they do their thigh or they swear by the back of their arm because they get just more appetite suppression. And as far as I know, as far as I've looked, there really is no data from, say, Eli Lilly uh, or other GLP-1 companies that say one area is better than the other. But I think that each body is different. So depending on our own body and how it accepts the medication into our system, that maybe there was something to it. So I did my thigh, and it it hurt. It hurt, you guys. It stings. The needle doesn't hurt, but the liquid going in just stings. But you know what? It's like 2 seconds long. Like, if this works better for me, I'll just deal with that little sting. So I I started finding that, wow, appetite suppression totally kicked back in. Um, there really wasn't much change in my side effects. I still get slight nausea, um, gas, burps, what else? Headache sometimes, fatigue 1 to 2 days after the injection. So that really didn't change much, but the appetite suppression. And I noticed that that is when my weight started actually dropping. For the first 6 weeks, 7 weeks, I had lost 4 pounds. And when I tell you, that was like just so annoying because I'm not really on a diet per se. I'm following more of the diabetic plate suggestion. I will try to pop that picture up of what my dietitian gave me. We'll talk about that too in more detail in the future about what I'm eating, what I'm avoiding, all that sort of thing. Anyhow, sidetracked. I get sidetracked. Moving on. It was just really frustrating because I was walking, I was working out, I was watching what I eat, and the weight just wasn't going anywhere. And after I started that injection on my thigh, I don't know, maybe it was placebo. I don't know what to tell you, but maybe maybe it just took that long for my body, my issues, or my metabolic syndrome and all the damage that was done from me being on keto for so many years. Another video, another story. Maybe all that was finally just healing. And then that is why I started seeing the weight come off. But I don't know. In my mind, I'm like, all right, the thigh, that's a winner. And then I went about 4 weeks later, I tried my arm, and that was also just giving me more success. And last week, I decided to go back to trying my abdomen just to see, you know, and nope, I am not going to do my abdomen anymore because this week so I take my injection on Thursdays. By, I'm going to say Tuesday of the next week, the food noise was back. I was hungry, boredom hungry all the time. And by Wednesday into Thursday morning, oh my gosh, that's all I could do is think about food. And obviously that's part of what we need to learn to deal with, is learn how to be hungry and, not eat just because we feel hungry, that it's okay to feel hungry. And I think I did really well just battling through that and not, resorting to filling my belly just because I was hearing the noise and feeling hungry. But at this early stage of my Mounjaro journey, it is not something I want to deal with. I'm not ready to fight these battles on my own. So I'm going back to my thigh today. I have a doctor's appointment in, I don't know, the last week of October, and I am really going to push hard to go up to the 7.5. I feel like I am ready to go to the 7.5. So with all that being said, I'm going to take this because I am a little bit over my scheduled time, and I'm going to try to get the sound so you can hear how quick the clicks are. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I am not a professional YouTuber. I am actually really super rusty after not making videos after, 3 years. So I'm going to do my best because I just want you, again, I just want anyone who might be thinking about this, who maybe their doctor already suggested it, but you're just scared, you're nervous. I want to help you just feel a little more at ease over the whole process. So let's do this. So I'm going for this area here. And what I do is I like to put my leg up on a chair because I feel like it pushes some fat a little closer together here. And I've noticed that that helps lessen the sting a little bit. So I'm just going to lift up my hairy leg. And now, like I said, before I turn this unlock button, I want to get the pen, in the area. I'm going to turn it to unlock it, and I'm going to push. Oh my gosh, holy crap. And that's it. It's already done. Hopefully I managed to get the sound of it clicking, but there we go. Sometimes there might be a little bit of blood, but it went pretty well this time. And I'm just going to put this case back on and toss it out. And that is how easy it is to do. I have no pain afterward. It just really is that couple seconds of the actual liquid going into the skin, and it's done. And I'm always excited for it to kick in and get my week started fresh. And that is it, you guys. That's how easy it is to take the injection. Super quick. It really isn't painful. I exaggerated a little bit. It's fine. Um, you don't even have to look at the needle. Like, you're not even looking at the needle. So if you're somebody who gets queasy seeing a needle, you don't even see it. It's fine. Don't let that scare you. Don't let it stop you. Don't let that be the only reason you would decide to maybe not try this medication. Thanks for joining me on Injection Day. I hope this helped you feel a little more confident about using your Mounjaro pen. Remember, everyone's journey looks different, but we're in this together. Until next time, you guys, remember, slow and steady. See you in the next video.